Yeah. What's happening, monkeys? How y'all doing today? This is Mr. Royce of Royce Media coming at you guys with another live stream. As you fill in the room, do me a favor, hit the like button. For those of you all who aren't working, and are just listening in the cloud, do me a favor, put your name in the chat, announce where you're from. I like to have an idea of how far this show is reaching out. So yeah, yeah. All right. As usual, there's a lot going on, and I'm gonna babble a little bit about it, do some pre-babble before the main babble, and we're gonna have a good time with that. How y'all doing today? Y'all good? I'm good. I'm in a good mood. I'm a little tired. Had a been sleeping funny the last few days. Not sleeping the whole night through, waking up a lot. Yeah. So, you know, maybe I need some stronger melatonin. Yeah, yeah. But other than that, I can't complain, man. Just trying to get just trying to make some stuff happen, you know. Um Looking at the best routes to do stuff. Later on today I gotta go change out a dryer motor for a friend. So I'm gonna go handle that. I gotta go do some at my my rental unit. So gotta go handle that. So, but other than that, you know, just out here living life. So yeah, man. So last night I was watching an interview that Anton Daniels did with the former press secretary of Tiffany Henyard from Dalton. You know what? I think we should take a look at that. There's a few things I want to take a look at, man. I want to talk about this latest Tom McDonald video. Tom, a wild boy. he found a he found a niche that was sorely overlooked. I'm surprised you didn't have black rappers actually jump into that niche. So because there is a space for it as well. Um, you know, we'll take a look at it. We'll take a brief look at it. I don't know how uh I don't know how YouTube is going to treat it if we play some of it under the Fair Use Act. I'm not real familiar with how they do stuff with music and music videos. So we'll I'll learn by trying, I guess. You know, if I do it under the Fair Use Act for educational purposes, uh, hopefully there should be an issue. If not, we'll it'll be a lesson learned either way, and I'll move forward from it. You know what I'm saying? But Tom McDonald, um, he, he had some of a flex on a so-called black culture. You know, um, you know, hey, the thing about it is when you put things out there in public, it's open to scrutiny, and um, culture is public. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take at the interview that Anton Daniels did with uh with the former press secretary of Tiffany Henyard. that was a good interview. I shout out to Anton. I thought that video, I thought that interview was a great interview. I really enjoyed it. I learned a little more about Tiffany Henyard. Got a chance to, uh, got a chance to hear the observation of someone closer to her. So, and I really like how Anton structured the interview. I think him and PBD do great job that interview. Sean Ryan is another one who's a great interviewer. I would like to be a great interviewer one day, but half the time I can't seem to get English to work with me. So, you know, I get a little tongue tied, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. You know, so last night I stopped in on Mike Reed's live stream. He was talking to, Mike Reed deals with the commercial appliance repair, and I actually learned a lot in the time I was there. I think I was on the live stream probably about a half hour, and he did a 2 hour live stream. And man, I learned a lot just about the business, and it was pretty cool. If you are not subscribed to Mike Reed, go check him out. He's got a pretty good channel. It's very niche because it does deal with uh, commercial appliance repair. But if you have questions about the business, it is a great. He does a great uh, live stream so that you can learn about the business. You know, I enjoyed it. Um, yeah. So, quite a bit is happening. A couple days ago, we talked about Elon Musk making the telepathy announcement. Um, they're making the announcement to the public, so obviously there are going to be questions about how far this technology goes, about um, the ethics of it all, um, and about where they intend to go as far as the everyday person. Now, um, I had a lot of personal questions because one of my questions was, are we trying to play God? And I think it's a valid question because, you know, are we touching things we shouldn't be touching? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Um, I do have some very different beliefs about God, you know, and that's because of the stuff I've um studied and observed over the years. But all time to time I try to question, uh, are my beliefs valid? Am I being reasonable in my beliefs? Am I wasting my time? So forth and so on. And when things like telepathy, Neuralink come up, I have to occasionally check in and say, hey, okay, you know, and is what I think about this and is what I think about God valid in this day and age? There's a lot happening, man. There's a lot happening, and you know, you kind of want to be conscious and aware, and not that goofy stuff that that the weirdos are doing over there in universities and the bathhouses they like to hang out at. anyway, anyway, so um, before I start really jumping into the videos, I want to get some more people in the room. Get the likes up as you come in. Do that favor for me, and let's you know, when I get enough people in the room, then I'll get started on on today's subject. So anyway, so we got that situation with the with um Elon Musk, and then earlier I was talking about the situation with the with Tiffany Henyard, the city girl mayor of Dalton. Hey, I think I might have to jump on the city girl bandwagon and really start, do like a series, because well, they've been out there wilding, man. Black Girl Magic has been out there wild and reckless, out there, out there, abusing power and messing up, you know, other people's money. Man, they've been out there wild, boy. You know, and it's funny because looking at all of this stuff, for years, this was the same group that complained about uh, men abusing power, political, corporate power, you know, status and things like that. And they said that they would do a better job. They pushed and pushed, and they opened up opportunities for themselves. And, they made that opening wider and wider. Fine, okay, cool. Do what you do, you know, push for what you want. I've got no issue with that. Thing is always say this: you got to deal with everything that comes with it. And they pushed and pushed. They got more opportunities. They got more notoriety. They got more political power. They got more corporate power and stuff. And now what we are seeing is that they are either just as bad, and in some cases even worse than the men they criticize. There's all kinds of stuff, man. You know, uh, like I said, uh, you know, uh, recklessly spending other people's money, cheating to get ahead. You know, you look at the Claudine Gay situation. Claudine Gay clearly cheated through her way through school. She cheated. You know, uh, you know, finessing people. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. Every time you look up, he's exposing some female guru for really being a scammer. you know, you know, eh, uh, we see that they they talk about they talk a lot about how faithful they are in relationships and different stuff, how they, you know, respect marriage, and they criticize men for not respecting. And we're seeing that they are just as bad, or in some cases worse, when it comes to dealings with relationships and marriages. Uh, we're seeing that, um, the whole premise of feminism is to bring about equality and fairness, only for them to get power and to talk crazy to the people they have power over, or to the people that they're equal to. And we're gonna take a look at that video. What up, extended clips? Good morning, sir. How are you? Peace be upon you. Glad to have you here. I appreciate you. So we're gonna take a look in a few of that video, that interview that Anton Daniels did with the former press secretary for Tiffany Henyard, and we'll see how Tiffany treated the woman like crap. And this is not the only time you see a situation where women get into power and they treat the people around them that work for them and stuff. They treat them horribly. It happened with Ellen DeGeneres. It happened with Lizzo. Lizzo was fat shaming. Lizzo was fat shaming. Lizzo. Lizzo was fat shaming. You know. But these are just a few of the stories we see coming out of many. Um, of women treating people poorly. They've talked about Oprah Winfrey for years, treating people poorly, only to turn around and to cry about how she was treated in the Louis Vuitton store in France. So, it's tripped out. Yeah, man, it's tripped out. They get the power and the notoriety, and they immediately go to abusing it. They immediately go to treating people like shit. This is why I tell men you need to be better than the woman you're with, because if she sees you as an equal, she is not going to respect you. If you treat yourself as an equal to her, she's going to treat you beneath her. That's how women operate. So you have to be better than them. They have to see you as being better than them. You know, extended clip says they play victim and villain when convenient. Without a doubt. That's bars. I like that. I might steal that. I might steal that. I like that one, man. And that really is going to loosely attach itself to the subject that I'm going to talk about today. um, you know, and when I'll get to it when we get to it. When I get a few more people in here, then we'll discuss that. But you know, as I mentioned, the examples before, and these are just a few. Um, it's a lot of, there are a lot of examples of women achieving power and turning around and doing the very shit that they claim to want to get power to avoid, you know? And so um, it's becoming more of a situation of um, did you want the power to make change, or did you want the power to abuse it? And I don't see a whole lot of change. Even the stuff that they advocate for um, from the government and society is like they want to go back to, they want to continue shitty circumstances. Remember when BLM was uh, advocating for communal living for women and their children that was devoid of, or that was, well, where male presence was omitted, which, you know, the funny thing about that is, number one, you're going to have male presence because women are not going. Most women do not want to do anything with the allied trades. And when you have communal living, you have to have maintenance for that living. That involves plumbers, electricians, uh, carpenters, repair personnel, HVAC people, so forth and so on. You think women gonna do all of that shit? You really think women are gonna do all of that shit? Black women in particular, they don't want to do none of that shit. They don't want to do none of that shit. You really think they're gonna do that? Not only that, what they were advocating for is the projects. It's the projects. It's a continuation of lousy conditions. It's the continuation of lousy circumstances. They, they just want more money into it. You know, the power that they complain about, it's not the existence of what they're talking about. It's they want to improve their position in it. The whole colorism argument, featureism, all of that stuff is about men who don't want them. All of that stuff is about the men that they want don't want them. It's really it's really hating. You know, that's all it is. It's hating. You know, they're pissed off that the some dude that they got their eye on. He don't like fat girls. He don't like dark skinned girls. He don't like girls with big noses or whatever. He don't like girls with flat butts or whatever. He don't. That's all that is. That's all it is it's ugly girl problems. It's ugly woman problems. It's unattractive woman problems. Because I guarantee you this: for that dude that don't like them, that one or two guys that are not really feeling them, there's 6 or 7 other guys that are like, I'll take off. We know who are the garbage men of the relationship game. We know that. What up, Deacon Dave, man? Glad to have you here. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, if you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. Hey, listen, I ain't got much going, so hit the like button. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you and salute to you. Just going in on uh, the female shit. So it really goes down to it's ugly girl problems. If you want to put it bluntly, that's what it is. And the thing is, I think in this day and age we have to address things honestly. you know uh Especially since we do it for guys. you know if you're a guy and you don't have your shit together, you know we'll tell you the reason you're not getting women is because you don't have your shit together. You're fat, you're a couch potato. You don't make any money. We have no problem telling guys this stuff. We have no problem telling guys you need to brush your teeth and wash your ass. We have no problem telling guys that. The thing is we haven't told women this. It ain't you. You ain't it. You're built like a box. You know, you're 5'4", 220 pounds. No man wants that. Most men don't want that. Definitely the men you want. They don't want that. When we tell women this, we're being mean and abusive. But, you know, there's no problem in telling men this. And women have asked for equality, which goes back to what I was talking about with Tiffany Henry. We're going to tie this in with Tiffany Henry. You know, it's funny. What up, Snowman? How you feeling there, brother? You know, hey, Snowman, we're gonna talk about this Tom McDonald song in a little bit because Tom went hard on black culture. He went hard, man. Woo. Hey, and with what's going on in black culture, I mean, you can't be mad at him. But what's going on in so-called black culture, you can't be mad at Tom McDonald for saying what he said. Um, and the thing about it is, uh, now that this is out there, that he said it, um, pro blacks and black advocates, what is your response? Because Tom McDonald raised some great points. Oh my God. you know, he raised some great points, you know. You gotta Snowman says, damn, I was half a second ahead of you on my shout out. You gotta let me come up and talk about it with you. man, I gotta get StreamYard. So I'm on OBS, and my OBS setup will doesn't want to cooperate with me. I tried to set it up to where I could get it. I can set it up with Zoom, and for some reason it's not taking. So um, I gotta figure that out so we can do that. But yeah, because I would definitely enjoy the commentary from guys like you and Deacon Dave, because I know y'all jump on panels and stuff, and I know Snowman is this topic is right up your alley. At this telegram, okay, so that's Angry Snowman. So the topic today is child support, maybe. Um, it's yes, indirectly we're going to talk about um, child support and the family norms. I'm going to give the case for why child support is not only illegal but unconstitutional. And jive with uh, it doesn't jive with the other social norms, and so we'll get into it. But first, before we do that, I would actually like to look at this interview that Anton Daniels did with that he did with the former press secretary of Tiffany Henyard, because I think it says a lot not only about Tiffany Henyard, not only about uh, black girl magic in politics and in business, but it also says something about women in the power dynamic in general. I think it is. I think it's a great topic. Let me see if I could make this happen.
It is. It's that she doing shit that people that don't know no better.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this volume, because I'm not getting any. I'm not getting anything from that. Let me see what's going on. Make sure my settings. Yeah, my settings are right. Man, OBS has been real janky lately, man. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see if we can.
She's a
There we
psychopath.
go.
She's not a politician, and it's dangerous for like I know this girl just didn't do that, but when you're playing with people's money, taxpayer hard earned money,
Yeah, that's
that's
different.
it's like no, that's just it make you a bad person. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, that's not cool.
How old is she?
She 40. She not even young.
Why she
She
acting like she
almost a
28?
century. She act like that lady is almost a half a century years old. She is not young. I don't know why people keep saying she's young. She's
Because of the
Because of the
way,
way,
because it's
because
how
it's
she
how she
act.
act.
That's
That's
really
really
what it
what it
is.
is.
It's that she doing shit that people that don't know no better, that shouldn't know no better, is doing. But she know better,
yep.
and it's like, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, she's a psychopath. She's not a politician. And it's dangerous for the people. All jokes aside, it's like they got to get that under control because if they already $7 million in debt. Here's
Jesus.
the thing. This is my
Okay, what we have here is the former old chief of staff, uh, who I guess initially she was the press secretary for or the public affairs office, something. She worked for Tiffany Henyard out there. in Dalton, Illinois. If you know anything about Chicago and you know any the Chicagoland area and you know about Dalton, um, I'm really surprised that Dalton even has that amount of money, but there are quite a few like warehouses and things there. So I guess it's not that um, unfathomable, unfathomable, getting tongue tied. That they would have that amount of money. They would be having revenue or an economic system out there like that. But that's a lot of money for a small suburb to be owing out, and a lot of this is like the water bill, because Dalton gets his water from the city of Chicago. Let's continue.
My thinking, had she not got a ice rink, had she not paid for all this stupid stuff,
A
she
nice.
could have paid her water bill in Chicago. You get what I'm saying? She could have
Listen,
got these, main break.
okay, about that ice rink out there in Dalton. There's an ice rink. I want to say just west of them, over in there's either one in Lansing or one in South Holland. I can't remember for sure, but there's an ice rink in the area. Why do you need another one? You know, let's continue.
Sticks, all this other stuff. But instead, she focusing on stupid stuff. That's kind of like a chick who get her taxes and go buy a bunch of Louis bags when you can go buy a distressed property off of the scavenge sale for that same amount of money. Take the rest of the year and fix it up and be good. But no, she don't do that. She think like a
Like a,
short
yeah.
term. Yeah, them chicks. So she
That's
got bad people around her. I say she got bad friends because that's like
No, that ain't friends. That ain't friends. That's Tiffany. That's Tiffany. That's who she is. That's what she does. That's why she positioned herself um, in the way that she did, so that she can do the things that she's doing. She could waste money and hyper focus on herself and her political career, and um, she could flex on the taxpayers' dime. That's Tiffany. That's not other people. Let's continue.
if I'm out here being stupid and don't none of my people who love me pull my coat, I blame them too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You can't blame the people for pulling your coattails or not, because at the end of the day, you're the one that makes the decision. Um, and this is the thing too. This is, and we're going to talk about this, about the social parachute. I want to mention something about this later, and why that has to be removed and or constrained, because it is too easy right now for women to blame others for their bad decisions. Let's continue.
Let me ask you one more question, Doc. Um, what if you had to guess what the sentiment of the residents there in Dalton was, considering all of the visibility that they getting? If you had to guess, or if you had to give me a general idea of what the sentiment of the people that's in that city is right now, what would you describe that as?
They're embarrassed. There's videos. I'll send them to you. They're literally up there. They go to park meetings. They go to Cook County Commissioner meetings downtown Chicago, and they're asking them for help for Dalton. They
Mm.
are embarrassed. They're hurt. They're hurting. Like, I'm not even an elected official, bro. For my birthday, at least 10 residents made a video telling me happy birthday
Oh,
because
that's
I
cool.
didn't leave them. Because I could have left. Like, I don't live in Dalton, full transparency.
Hmm.
I could have walked away, never looked back, and went on with my life and continued to live well. But I can't leave them out there like that. So I did join in a fight to help them because I see how they're hurting.
Why don't you
Some
run? Why won't you run?
Oh, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Why you
First of
say?
all,
Why you saying like
bro,
that?
you and I both know elected officials realistically don't really make no bread. Let's
I
start
agree.
there.
I agree.
Two, for two, I legally can't run in Dalton because I don't live there.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to. Here's the thing. You know what they say? Number two ain't a bad spot because
Yeah.
number one deal with a damn lot. But the thing is, she bringing a lot of these problems on herself.
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to be an elected official. I would
I
love
wouldn't
to
either.
consult.
Okay, hold on. Let's
I'll
stop
consult
here.
you. And
I want to go back to a particular part. Okay, let's go back here. Let's play.
She would
that
be fun.
Yes, yes, she'd be the funny, like I know this girl just didn't do that. But when you're playing with people's money, taxpayer hard earned money,
Yeah, that's
that's
different.
it's like, no, that's just it make you a bad person. It's
Yeah.
just
Let me stop right here. Go back a little further. Let's go.
let's do this.
Yeah, yeah, would you ever even put yourself in that position?
Yeah, because she is different from any elected official I have ever seen in the history of politics. So I don't think I got a good yeah, I'm not gonna hold that against government.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not gonna let all elected officials take that L because she's different. I really believe she should have ran for the park or something at another municipality. I believe that she can do because she throw parties. Sis can throw a party. Like she know how to do that. So maybe she can be like an official consultant, promoter, and community
She should have been
engagement,
on
something.
food and beverage like Sam Ross.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
food and
yeah.
beverage. I'm over here laughing at it. But no, she can throw a party. Like she just know how to spend somebody's money, and she can throw a party. I think that. listen, listen. I ain't gonna lie to you. One that gas giveaway she did.
All right. Let's stop right here, man. We're gonna stop that right here. Um, basically, what we have here with Tiffany Henyard was this young lady. I forgot her name, but she basically described uh how Tiffany Henyard is. She's like a lot of women out here who they don't want the power to create a legacy. They don't. It's not so much about creating legacy, generational wealth, or things like that. Um, it is. It's about a party. It's about them and them alone. And so, um, first opportunity they get, they crash out with you know everybody's money. And earlier in that video, um, this young woman was talking about how Tiffany called her a stupid bitch, quote unquote. You know, and that's like, as a man, you know, there's a there's a point you don't cross when discussing a disagreement with another adult male, and certainly, um, it is not proper to call black women bitches in this country. You know, that's that's like one of the cardinal sins in the black community is to call a woman a bitch. And Tiffany Henyard called this woman she's a professional woman, called her a bitch. You know, but that's what happens. You know, this is not unheard of when you know a lot of black girl magics get power. you know, so it is what it is, man. So we're gonna see we're gonna see an increasing amount of reporting on situations like this because Tiffany Henyard is by no means the only one. Right now, there's another situation where a state senator with the last name Braun, Uh, just got in some trouble for finessing the government with on the PPP loan side of the game. I got an echo. Let me uh let me take a look at my OBS, make sure I have all this other stuff. Should have everything shut down now. All right, what about now, Snowman? Is that better? Is that better? Make sure the let me make sure my mic is off on the desktop. You know, make sure that's yeah. It should be good, but you know, yeah. So you have that, and the thing about it is that these women are leading the culture. It is these city girls that are leading the culture, and which is going to take us into the Tom McDonald video. We are going to take a look at the Tom McDonald video because I personally felt it was a doozy. Okay, all right, cool. All right, so let's let's grab this Tom McDonald video. See if we can do this. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see if we can pull up this Tom McDonald video and see if we could go through it and fair use it. All right, let's do this. Um, I think he raised some valid points. I think he told some cold hard truths. Um, you know, that being said, my only criticism is that he, like a lot of conservatives, like a lot of people on the right, they don't really understand the family court situation. They don't understand family norms like they think they do. They don't have a, in my opinion, they don't have a full context understanding, and because of that, it affects how they think in some regard and some of the stuff that comes out their mouths, which we're going to address and correct.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an art.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't wanna talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns.
Okay, let's stop right there for a second. Um, he chose violence. He chose violence on that. The bars that he spit about the flag, and I agree with him 100%. This was always my issue with the hanging of a flag about an ideology versus hanging of the flag of a nation. Just as you wouldn't put the flag of another nation above the American flag Why would you put flag of an ideology above the American flag? And I've seen this done on buildings, and I have an issue with it. I don't like it. You know, I don't like the fact that a flag about an ideology is being flown with the American flag, let alone above it. Uh, we don't have a flag up for Mormons. We don't have a flag up for the 5%er nation. We don't have flags up for the believers of Jesus Malverde. Why do we have a flag up for people who are same sexuals or I'm curious sexuals? It doesn't make sense, and that's a problem. And I'm glad he addressed it. And the thing about it is, you don't have black rappers that would address this. Why is that? Why is that? I know why it is, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to see what you guys got to say. I think Tom, I I think he set the bullshit right in their lap. I'm glad he did it. Let's continue.
Ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend
Hey, you gonna turn your sons into thugs and your daughters into hoes. What is rap music all about nowadays? Shaking ass, shooting up the block, selling drugs, uh, pee popping, you know, uh, he really chose violence on this one. Hey, I can't be mad at him. Let's go.
I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap.
Oh my God, this Ben Shapiro. Hey, listen. I mean, he says some rhymes, but he's rhyming like an accountant. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Let's continue.
Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television. Dog.
Hey, Ben Shapiro looking like he about to go jogging at 4 in the morning. Let's continue.
No one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes.
Hey, all right, pretty much the song continues in that vein. I think Tom chose violence against pretty much uh, the whole current state of hip hop right now. I'm not mad at him at all. I think it's time that we see more. Uh, he says it's not rap, but he's rapping. I think we need to see more uh, urban music that sounds like that with that kind of messaging. I think he's leading the way. Uh, so salute to Tom McDonald. I'm a fan. Angry Snowman says, "Bro, for real, if you want to talk about it, I'm all about the child support doesn't jive with the Constitution. Two, bro, shit tons of research on it. If you want, we can simulcast it. Uh, you know what? I tell you what, a dirty, a angry snowman. You want to and if, give me a few, and what we'll do is what we can do is I can end this and actually come over there uh to your channel, um and then we can do it, we can talk about it on your channel. We can talk about it further on your channel because I think it's I think that'll be a good thing. You use StreamYards and I don't, and I haven't figured out OBS well enough to bring you up to do a panel. So if you let me know if you want to do it that way, we can do it. So yeah. Anyway, um, so you had Tom McDonald, basically, you know, he put out, you know, he put out that song and he brought on Ben Shapiro, which I don't think it was needed. I think Tom McDonald did an excellent job on his own, um, addressing the issue in the song. I think he had bars. Uh, I I liked it. So, extended clip says Jordan Peterson also did his song video promoting his views in a satirical way, a new way to reach the mind of the youth. Yeah, yeah. I tell you, I tell you this much: something has to be done because to kind of counteract the effects of what's going on, all the little Nas X's and Sam Smiths and Lizzo's and Nicki Minaj's and all this trash is being put out today. Little pill Papa X. you know, it's so much garbage being put out there. You kind of have to have some new messaging, and this all goes back to what I was talking about with people on the right. You know, conservatives and people who are just on the right. Uh, they need to weaponize uh, the various tools of modernity against uh, the other side, and they don't do that enough. Like you look at like a Tom McDonald, you know, trailer park hoodlum, basically, you know, but he's on the right side of the spectrum. You look at you know, the left is very diverse with their stuff, but mostly on the right you see, you know, um a bunch of new Green Gingrich wannabes, or you know Billy Bob cowboy hats and stuff, and it's like there are more people on that side than just those two groups, and this was my whole issue with the Tim Scotts and stuff like that. We need to you need to have some, you know, you need to have some they need more diversity in appearance on the right. You have Muslims that are on the right. You have street dudes. You have conservative vice lords. Conservative is in the name. You know, you need you know, you need to show more vet bros. You need to show um you need to show on the right, they need to show, it just needs to be more diversity in the different people, and just stop putting these new Gingriches and nerdy ass black guys. So nobody want to see the motherfuckers all the time, you know. But those are conservatives, and they only like to show conservatives, and that's the thing, you know, not everybody on the right is a conservative. I'm center right. I am not a conservative. There are more people like me than you realize. You know, if you want to talk, even with conservatives, the the right wing needs to explore its commonality with guys from the Nation of Islam. you know, they they're conservatives. A lot of white people don't realize that they're not Christian conservatives, but they are conservatives nonetheless. White Americans need to understand, especially on the right, they need to understand that there are more people who consider themselves conservatives than they realize. You know, and so they need to they need to kind of open that door. Stop being like the small hats and trying to keep the group small and stuff, because it's not going to help you politically, you know. So Extended Clip says he is Muslim, he's on the right. Shout out to Extended Clips. He says realism and pragmatism. Exactly. I'm a pragmatist. I'm a political pragmatist. Let's do what works. Let's do what works. If it works, we know it works. Let's do that. I'm not holding on to some shit that, we've always done it this way, but that shit really don't work. Nah, let's do what works. Let's do what makes sense. Let's do what works. You know, which leads me into um this conversation about, with people on the right needing to change their thinking. Let me pull up this uh let me pull up this other video that kind of is that more or less is the theme of what I wanted to talk about today. So let me do that. Okay, that's the Tom McDonald video. We don't want to do Tom McDonald. We don't want to do that. Hold on, let me find this clip on. No, that's not it. Try it again. All right. Yo, girl on that Anton did this video with, that is a typical Chicago area woman. Uh, you know, cute but chunky. You know, too much heavy on the sassiness. Um, that's pretty much the Chicago Black American female. That's really the Chicago female, because even the white and Latin ones be like that. They, cute faces, but they be fat. They be a little fat and stuff, and they overly sassy, even when it's not appropriate.
Over here laughing at me.
No, 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 no,
But no,
no,
she can
no, no, Brittany.
party. Sis can throw a party. Like
Okay.
she know how to do that.
That's not what we're trying to do anymore. Trying to do something else. All right. That's not. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Give me a few more minutes. Okay. Here we go. I think I got it now. This is something that Oprah said that I thought was important, but I don't think it was given enough context.
Of the myths surrounding black fathers. It found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
I'm gonna get that fair use in. Fair use. Fair use.
Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding
go
black
back
fathers.
one
It
more time.
found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
Okay. All right. This is rich. This is rich because it's coming from Oprah, who built a career on niggas ain't shit. Did she not? Did she not, chat? Did she not build a career on basically the color purple scenario um, being the state of existence in Black America? Did she not build a career on that? I say that she did build a career on that. She definitely did. Over 40 years talking about deadbeat dads and you know abusive black men, and black men don't take care of their kids, and black men leaving their families. Over 40 years. And now, at the twilight of her career, she wants to uh, come back and say, oh, that was largely a lie. The CDC says, yeah, Oprah, yeah, now, yeah, that's what you want to say? That's what we're doing now, Oprah? That's what you're doing now, Oprah? You made $1 billion, you became a billionaire, or pushing a lie. Now, you want to come tell the truth? Now? Now you want to tell the truth. Okay. All right. So we're going to address that truth you told. We're going to address it because in that Twitter post, you had some people make comments that were, you know, yeah, black women and white men. Black women and white men, you know, the two most racist groups in America. Or you know, these men do be leaving their kids and stuff, and they do be having babies and leaving them. And white guys are, well, the the fatherless child rate in America says otherwise. These two groups of dickheads. Yeah, and I said it. I called them dickheads. Um, and this is not just white guys on the right. This is common among a lot of white guys in general because they don't understand what family is. First of all, for a family, it takes a man and a woman who have made a public declaration, either in church or at the state, and have had it recorded, either in church records or state records, that they are a family. Outside of that, they're not a family. The reason I say that they're not a family, because what did women fight for in the late 60s? The sexual revolution? And all the way up until 1973, they fought for my body, my choice. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. Think about it. Husband and wives have made a public declaration that the two will become one. Is that not true? Is that not how we look at marriage? Shout out Mike Reed. Is that not how marriage is looked at in this country? That's diametrically opposed to my body, my choice. Once you become one as a woman, your body belongs to who? Your husband. We live in a country where you can only have one spouse. When you become married as a man, your body belongs to your wife. This is our social norm. If it's your body, your choice, if it's your body, your choice, and there's no marriage, there's no recording of marriage, there's no public declaration that we are officially married, be it in the church or at the county courthouse. A man can't leave that woman or her children because they belong to the state. That woman and her kids belong to the state. She was never left. She didn't belong to that man. She didn't belong to that man to leave her. She had those kids of her own recognizance. So why do you all let conservatives say this shit? Why do you all let white men say this shit, guys? Why do you let them put you in a trick bag? Why do you let black women say this shit? The same women who in the 80s on Bill Moyers said that they could have a family without needing a man. If that's the case, you can't be left by a man. If he has not gotten on one knee in front of the public and your friends and family and said, I want to take you on as a wife, you never got left by that man. You weren't proposed, you weren't married. Renegades, Mike Reed, they rogue, they renegades. Man, this is that bullshit. You can't leave somebody you were never in a relationship with. You can't violate a contract that you never had. Especially now, since women can buy sperm. They can literally buy sperm and put it in a cooler in their house. Their body, their choice. And you all let them off the hook. That's that parachute. These black men are not leaving marriages. And nowadays, these white men are not leaving marriages. They're not leaving marriages because these marriages don't exist. So if you had a baby, if a woman used your semen to bring forth a baby, that's her baby. And this is why child support for unmarried men is unconstitutional and it's illegal. How can you charge somebody for something that they didn't put ownership on? He don't know if that baby is his. Since we don't have mandatory DNA in most states, she can appoint anybody to be the father because that baby belongs to the state, just like she does. And y'all got to start pointing this out to white men that like to say this. These women aren't married. She could have got that baby from the sperm bank. For all I know, we don't know who that baby's father is because no man put a last name on her. And this is the issue that I have with all of that our women talk. Which you black men always say that stupid shit when you're unmarried and don't have kids. Those women that you're calling our women, they belong to the state. They belong to the state. They belong to the corporation. They belong to the institution, and they belong to the street. They belong to everybody but you. Until you put a last name on them. If if DNA hasn't verified that a young woman has the result of your semen, that kid belonged to the state. Grown women you haven't married and given a last name to, they belong to the state. They belong to everybody but you. So stop saying that shit. You can only have one woman. You can only have one woman as a wife. Only one. You can have a bunch of daughters, but you can only have one woman as a wife. One woman at a time. Why are you claiming the rest of these women as our women? You know how stupid you sound? They belong to the state or whoever gave them a last name or the corporation that pays them, the academic institution they go to, or the streets they do their business on. That's who they belong to. And when we talk to these legislatures, when we go in these courtrooms, we need to point this out. Politicians, this needs to be explained to politicians that that is a single woman who decided to have kids. When you're talking boyfriend and girlfriend relationships, them shits can change week to week. If there is no official contract, you as a man should have no obligation to whatever she does with the semen. She either gets from you or steals from you. What she does with it is her business, especially since science has successfully separated sex from reproduction and procreation. Anytime she has a baby and anytime she gets pregnant and she carries through with a pregnancy, that is a choice. Even if abortion is not constitutionally protected, it is still allowed in every state as long as certain conditions are met. Contraception is allowed in every state. Nobody's forcing these women to get pregnant. They don't, they're not obligated to get pregnant. Understand this. There is no biological mechanism that links marriage to procreation. Anybody, any woman on the planet can get pregnant. Any woman in the US can get pregnant. Again, she can go buy semen. She can buy it, she can get it donated, she can steal it. Why are they able to turn around and only and to sue men for child support that they aren't married to? It's one thing if you're a husband and you and your wife get divorced for whatever reason, and she takes you to court for child support, okay, I'll give them that. As long as those kids have been proven to be his through DNA testing. If it is found out through DNA testing that those are not his kids, he should have no obligation to them. He shouldn't have uh obligation to kids he did not consent to being married, did consent to being a parent to while he was married. If he marries a woman with kids and he does not sign adoption paperwork, why should he be obligated to take care of those kids? This is why I don't understand you stepdaddy dudes. You want to get with a woman that has kids? If she really, if you really just gotta have that woman, tell her to sign over them kids to their father. Tell her to do that. Stop taking care of other men's kids. Stop doing that. That's stupid. You can make your own kids. If you can't make your own kids and you love her and you want kids, then sign adoption paperwork for those kids. Do it all the way. They make child support. They make stepfathers pay child support once divorced. Mike, I've seen it so many times. You wouldn't believe how much I've seen it with, with guys I've worked with over the years. Got to pay child support for kids that weren't theirs, and kids that they are no longer to have a family, a familiar relationship with. I've seen so many guys get hurt by and betrayed by that woman in the system. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, man. But this is what you have happening, and you have uh you have white men hopping up, um, getting in media talking about black men leaving their families. That wasn't no fucking family. That was a bitch with kids, and it's on both sides. It's a white man way to poke the stick at black men for some shit that's actually inaccurate. And so you got to call them out on that shit. You got to call out black women on that shit. Anybody that says that stupid shit, call it for what it is. It's stupid. Their body, their choice. You can't tell a woman to have a kid or not have a kid. That's entirely up to her. Particularly if she is not married. When a woman tells you, "Oh, my baby daddy left me, he left me with all these kids," ask her, was she married to him? You make sure you get that information. And if she wasn't married, you make sure you tell her you didn't get left. You didn't. There was nothing to leave. You chose to have them kids on your own. That man didn't say, "Hey, I want these kids, and I'm going to go into contract with you to do so." You did that on your own. for my guys, Mike Reed, and oh man, what's his name in here? But out there in Markham, Illinois, that situation where that doctor, the two doctors, was fooling around, and the one doctor, went down on the other doctor, and she took, you know, she when the male finished, the woman took his you know, took his semen and spit it in a test tube and impregnated herself. He didn't want kids. That's why he put it in her mouth. He put it in her mouth so he couldn't have kids. And she impregnated herself anyway and sued this man successfully for child support. Why are we letting these people get away with this talking point to begin with? The men that are taking care of their kids and stuff are men who wanted to be fathers. Understand this, marriages aren't being left. It's single women who, whatever little sexual rendezvous, sexual arrangement they had has ended. And they happen to keep a consolation prize or a biological memory from their sexual encounters. Mike Reed say, Akinelli, put it in your mouth. Right. We gotta stop. We gotta stop these clowns from saying that. Now, Angry Snowman, I know you know, and we on the same page with this, but some of our white conservative brethren, they gotta stop all of this, men leaving their family. You goofy black conservatives that say that shit. Stop it. That's why I want to slap the shit out of Larry Elder for saying that shit. It's like these bitches are having kids on their own. That's a conscious choice. Nobody's, they're not walking down the street and some dude is running up on them going, I'm going to put a baby in you. That's not happening. If that child was not born in a marriage, then that child is a ward of the state. If that woman is not in a marriage, that is 110% her choice to bring forth that kid. No woman in the U.S. has to stay pregnant if she doesn't want to be. No woman in the U.S. has to give birth to a child if she doesn't want to do that. They can get abortions for any reason at all or for no reason at all. They can just get one. They'll tell you that and they'll twerk in your face. Only for some otherwise intelligent man like Larry Elder to come right behind him and say, these men are leaving their families. Ain't no fucking family to leave, dumbass. There was no fucking family to leave. We got to call them out on this bullshit, gentlemen. We need to continue to get legislation on our side, on the side of men, to if women push for this right of my body, my choice, which I don't have an issue with. I don't have an issue with it at all. Cool, that's what you want to do. If you're not married, nobody, no, my body, my choice, no child support. My body, my choice. Your body, your choice, your child, your responsibility, all of it. You have men out here who consented to sex but not to being parents. And you got women just violating that, basically so committing a social grape crime. You know, we can't say the other word. They're committing a social sex crime. Women talk about consent until it comes to having babies, and then consent only work one way. We got to change that in the legislation, gentlemen. And this is coming from a man who married a woman, gave her his last name, and had children with her, and gave those kids his last name. I don't have an issue with marriage. I think some things need to be changed in how marriage is dealt with. But the concept of marriage itself, I don't have an issue with it. If you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. I'm good with it either way. But what I don't like is that men who aren't married are being bullied in child support court for kids they probably didn't want. They're getting called deadbeat dads from bitches who can't afford the kids and who, if they didn't get state help, they'd be deadbeat moms. These are the same women that can take those kids, decide, hey, I don't want them, and drop them off at a police station or at the post office or at a hospital with no financial penalty. These are the exact same bitches. And y'all let them off the hook. You let them off the hook, and you let white men say that stupid shit that they say. You let conservatives say the stupid shit that they say. You let liberal white men come up with policy to throw you in jail for some shit you got no control over, other than not having sex. But she's free to have sex with whoever she wants. She's free to go buy semen. She's free to have kids she don't want and can't afford, and not go to jail. But if you do the same, they'll throw your ass in prison. That's sexist. It's unconstitutional because it's sexist. And y'all let them off the hook. Goofy ass conservatives come up with legislation in Florida for prenatal fucking child support. Again, where this woman can appoint a father for a kid she ain't decided to carry through a pregnancy with. She can appoint a father. Well, I had sex with Larry in my dream, so he's gonna be the daddy. That shit can happen with this legislation. This is that bullshit. This is where conservatives get stupid. This is where they get stupid. These are the same people who are hesitant in putting up uh, legislation for mandatory DNA. These are the same people. They come up with a dumbass prenatal child support law, but they're wringing their hands about mandatory DNA. How is that different than the dumb shit liberals do? Conservatives. How is that any different? You want to promote marriage, and stuff, but you do some shit that you come up with legislation that unmarried women don't have to abide by. You want to get more women married? No child support if you are not a married woman. You want to encourage marriage in the event of divorce, no child support for unmarried women. You know how many goofy bitches will be proposing? Because they need to be able to blame somebody else. So they're gonna do what it takes to be in a position to blame other people for their poor decisions. Get that shit together, conservatives. Figure it out. Stop making dumb decisions. With some of the shit y'all coming up with, people might as well vote for liberals. Because they're going to come up with the same stupid shit. We're going to get this shit together, though. We're going to get it together. We're going to get it right because I'm going to get you guys right. We're going to get it right because I'm going to get you guys right. They wanted my body, my choice. So they're going to have to deal with everything that comes with it. They need to deal with everything that comes with it without state help. Men are not leaving families for women they haven't uh, gotten into officially publicly recognized contracts with. If it's not a marriage contract through the church or through the state, then that woman was never married and she could never be left. Those kids, her and her kids belong to the state. And you all need to start pushing that narrative. We need to stop talking that our women shit. It's stupid. Hey, Snowman, you want to do that? What we doing? Are we doing the? Are we doing the? Are we gonna go ahead and do this stream? I got about 45 minutes left. Let me see what Snowman doing. I don't see you in the chat, Snowman. So I don't know. I don't know what you want to do, but yeah, we can rock out on your channel with this. You got StreamYard, so but yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we need to start addressing this, gentlemen. We need to start addressing this and correcting the narrative on this, uh, because for far too many years an irresponsible, inaccurate narrative have been put out. You know, um, as far as you know, men leaving families with you know, um, unmarried women. As far as how liberals see it today, conservatives, listen to this. As far as how liberals see it today, a family, especially in Black America, a family is only a woman and her children. The state is their father. They don't even count the men. So why are they able to sue the men for child support? Why are you and them able to turn around and go, oh, well, these men are leaving their kids? They never considered an unmarried man part of the family anyway. You see what I'm saying? Are you now seeing how stupid that viewpoint is? Now, I like conservatives, but you all be on some dumb shit sometimes. You all be too naive. I don't mind conservatives, but sometimes you're too naive to shit. That's one of the areas you're naive. You're not seeing what it is. You're seeing what you would like it to be. And the problem is you're not doing the work to make things like you would actually like it to be. You know, you're not making headway because you're looking at things in a. This is why I don't like the idea of conservative, because that is you want to hold on to certain traditions and customs, and it's like once you see some shit don't work, you need to change it. That's why I'm not conservative. You need to be pragmatics. So from this day forward, when people ask me, "Am I a conservative?" I always say no anyway. I want to tell them what I am is a pragmatic. I am a social and political pragmatic. I do what works. If I see it works, if I see it consistently gets good results, that's what I go with. I encourage all you other men to get away from conservative and move toward political political and social pragmatists. Political and social pragmatists. That's what that's what we're going to call it from now on. We are social political pragmatists. We do what we see has a good track record for working. What works more often than not. That conservative shit, that's out the window. Extended clip says simplicity. Yeah, you know, yeah. So, hey, when you get a chance, Snowman, let me know something. I got your channel pulled up on one of the other tabs. If you want to go you want to go talk about the subject, you know, if anything, you know, if we can't do it now, we can always address it later. You know, hold on, let me put that in there. Let me put something in the chat. See, this is the thing. We as socio-political pragmatists, um, we have to we have to think outside of the box. We have to be weary of anyone who is thinking inside the box, and we have to encourage them to see things outside of the box. You know, um, especially when it comes to trad cons. We need to get them to see the bigger picture. We need to always strive to see the bigger picture, and we need to get our trad con brothers to see the bigger picture. You know, this thing with 304s. Uh, you know, trad cons are constantly trying to convince them that you know, what you're doing is wrong. And first of all, why are you talking to 304s? Why? Why? Why are you wasting time talking to women that want to be for the streets? Why? You want better women, then you got to raise them. You want better women, you got to either import them or raise them. You don't go to the whorehouse trying to change the whores. Trad cons. If you can only have one woman, why are you trying to change a bunch of whores? Why? It's stupid. Excuse my uh, excuse my language, but it has to be. We're at the point to where we have to be brutally honest with our tradcon brethren, um, and give them tough love because a lot of them are um, looking at what we say for blue pill. They're trying to take what we say and get blue pill solutions. And the thing about it is, you either gonna come all of this way or you not. You know, quite frankly, you're the idea what you want idealistically is gone. That world is gone. It's never coming back. You need modern problems require modern solutions. You want to go back to the 50s. They didn't have smartphones in the 50s. And that's the same thing for you black conservatives too. Y'all want to take y'all dumbasses back to post reconstruction. Um, for what? Y'all want to have a Black Wall Street? You had a whole Black Wall Street country you didn't want to go to. So you basically signed up for whatever bullshit you got to deal with in this country. You signed up for it. It's easy to get a passport and leave this motherfucker every day. You can go and colonize somewhere else. All you FBAs talk about how you built this country. Cool, go build it somewhere else. It's a repeatable skill once you know how to do it. Believe me. You think passport, bro, is an ideology for a few men that they're looking for wives? You can go find a whole different society with a passport. If you are a black conservative, that means you are fine with how things are over here. And that's a problem because all the stuff you don't like, you don't want to change as a conservative. It is stupid, extended clips. It is stupid, man. This is a wonderful country, but you don't have to be here. The U.S. is a wonderful country. We've done a lot, but there are also other places to where you can take that dollar you make over here and live even better. If you want to stay here, just stay here. Just understand you sign up for all of the bullshit over here. You want to leave, then leave. Go figure it out somewhere else. I don't care what you do. I just want you to figure it out. I just want you to be happy and to take everything that comes with it. Extended Clip says we need to value life, build a community and tribe over a pretty face and a big butt. Yeah. Extended Clip says until we dig deep and understand Willie Lynch and how they plan to breed us to our benefit, we will be lost in the sauce. Yeah. Now, as far as the Willie Lynch letter goes, I don't believe it was written when it was written, but I believe the concepts behind it are valid. Not only do I believe that they're valid, I believe white men in America are under their own type of Willie Lynch that they don't realize. They don't realize a lot of white men don't understand that there are different types of white people. You know, rich whites don't consider themselves the same as whites from the trailer park or from the Appalachian Mountains. They call them white trash. They don't understand that, you know, there are degrees of whiteness, that classism is their problem, that they are negatively impacted by classism. And they don't understand that what's coming from China and Russia is going to change everything that they believe in for the worse because they are stuck in a conservative mind way, a conservative frame of thinking. White men are under their own version of Willie Lynch. It ain't just for black people, trust me. They got their own Willie Lynch problem to deal with. Willie Lynch is trying to put his foot on everybody's neck in one way or another. Man, so yeah. Um, so this is something we gotta correct. Um, you know, in addition to the argument about men leaving kids that unmarried women choose to have, the very idea of locking someone up, only locking up men or primarily men for children that they can't afford and probably didn't want. That's unconstitutional because we don't do it to women. You all want women. They let them keep on talking this equality and diversity and inclusion. Let them keep on talking that. I'm like, yeah, let's give it to them. Let's give it all to them. Let's make them 100% equal. And let's start locking them up and giving them the penalties that we give men for fucking up. Let's remove their social parachutes. Let's start doing that. Let's give them that equality they asked for. Y'all don't want to do that though. Let's start giving these men who actually who who want their kids, let's start giving them their kids. For those of you all who want to preserve marriages, let's make marriage super hard to get out of once you get into one. So that people who are truly ready and that want to be married for the rest of their lives, they found that person that they want to spend the rest of their lives with. Let's make it damn near impossible for them to get divorced. Because ain't nothing, ain't nothing more pitiful than divorced people, especially divorced women, out here jumping back out, uh, trying to jump out there in the dating market. We see Tia Mowry. We see how ridiculous she look. She looks goofy as fuck. She looks ridiculous. She looks ridiculous out here, built like a 57-year-old man. You know, she around here trying to show them cheeks in bikinis and bathing suits and stuff, and she built like my next door neighbor. Shout out to my next door neighbor. He's a good dude, but he would be a terrible looking woman. you know, and women file, you know, 80, 80 to 90% of the divorces. You know, these old, you know, crazy ass women with all sorts of issues out there on the market, terrorizing, trying to find another victim. You know, no, let's make it hard for them to get out of marriages. That irreconcilable differences. No, you chose to get in it. Guess what? You stuck with it. Now, issues of adultery. Okay, all right, you know, but see, we even need to address the meaning of adultery. We need to stop letting women be the sole definers of what cheating is. Because do you realize that many men are cheated into marriages, but nobody calls it cheating? Women cheat their way into marriage. They are sexual, you know, they're sexually free, sexual appetites, no hangups. You know, before they get married, the minute they get that ring, the minute they get that wedding ring, that coochie dries up. That's because it's mission accomplished. She caught the fish. She did what she set out to do, and now she feels like she don't have to do it again. Only and so they cut the coochie off, they gain weight, they show how nasty their attitude really is. You know, they show themselves to be lousy people. For eventually for them to file for a divorce, get back there on the market, and become the mask again. You know, they turn it on, they turn it off. They cheat. That's cheating. A woman shouldn't change that much in a marriage. A man shouldn't change that much in a marriage. And if you don't think it's cheating, what I just described, let a man be very generous with his pocket and very generous with compliments and stuff when he's dating a woman, when he's courting a woman for marriage, and he gets her and he stops doing all that. He becomes cheap and stingy with compliments. She's going to say she felt cheated. I seen it. I've seen it many times. Women say that. They'll let you know they feel cheated. They'll let you know it's cheating. But you guys won't let them know that what they're doing is cheating their way into marriages as well. You guys just whatever the women tell you, okay. Yo, she's got a point. Looking like fucking morons. Happy wife, happy life. That's how they get you dumbasses. It's happy spouse, happy house. Whenever a man says that happy wife, happy life shit, I want to slap the shit out of him. My wife asked me about this. She said, "Why do you get mad when men say that?" I said, "Because it's happy spouse, happy wife, happy house. Men and women who are in marriages should be taking care of each other. They should be doing what it takes to keep each other happy and content. It shouldn't be a one-way situation. But you all let these raggedy bitches trick you in the happy wife, happy life. Yeah. That's weakness. That's weakness. I can barely handle one woman. That's weakness because you ain't a leader. There's a lot of shit that you guys say that you don't realize you're showing your weakness. Any man that says happy wife, happy life, you're the bottom. You're the bottom. Happy spouse, happy house. Should be taking you should be taking care of each other in your spouse duties. Yeah, extended clips out. Yeah, man, I can't stand when they say that shit. Oh man, whenever a man says that shit to me, I immediately check him on that shit. Immediately. And Mike Reed to tell you, I am not a guy that is afraid to fight. I am not afraid to fight. And if you really know me, I'll take it where it's got to go. If you know me outside this YouTube shit, you know I'll take it where it's got to go. But when men say shit like that, I check them. What are you talking about? I don't do the partners talk because it's for same sexuals. That's their stuff over there. But when I hear a man say partners and he's talking about a woman, I check him on that too. Y'all not partners. Especially if you got married in a Christian church. Now I'll give them leeway. If they didn't get married in a Christian church, they got married only in the courthouse. Okay, I give them that. You want to be partners, cool. But if you got married in a Christian church and you say partners, you need your ass whooped as a Christian. Your religion does not say partners. It says husband and wife, and there's a hierarchy. Your wife is not your partner if you are a Christian. Muslims don't say that. I know quite a few Muslims. I never heard a Muslim say my partner. My partner, my partner. It rolls off the tongue very non-binary. It's just real non-binary. Partner. Partnerships have an expiration date. And truthfully, even the same sexuals, they don't like the term partner. They be using husband and wife. The fuck is wrong with you straight, my partner? Now you all may get together and do things to run the family. There's nothing wrong with that. You all may share responsibilities and duties to get things done, I've got no issue with that. I do it. How you run your house is how you run your house. But that whole, the minute if you were married in a Christian church and you say partners, you're the problem. You're the problem. You are the problem because you don't understand your role according to your own religion. You don't understand your role. You're confused. You're confused, but when that woman says partners, she's not. She's telling you you ain't shit. When she says that you ain't shit, that's what she's saying. You ain't shit. You just like me. You ain't shit. You just like me. That's what she's telling you. Y'all don't even realize that. Y'all don't even peep the game. You don't even peep game. Whenever women start talking at equality, partners, and stuff like that, she's telling you you ain't shit. She's telling you you can't lead her. She's telling you you have an expiration date, even if you marry her. That's what she's telling you. This is why they don't like Simone Biles. This is why they don't like Simone Biles. This is why they don't like Russell Westbrook. Russell. What is that? Russell. Not Westbrook. The football player. We talk about him marrying a baby mama and stuff. Understand this: the man adopted her kids, so now those kids officially, those are his kids. And if you listen to what they say, he wasn't perfect, but he's done a lot in that marriage to assert his dominance. Russell Wilson, yeah. Now he's not perfect. He's not. But the main people that have criticism for him is people who be on social media crying about not being able to find a man or a woman. you know, so especially these women. Like I told y'all yesterday, stop listening to women because women change their mind every 3 days. You know, they change their mind every 3 days. And again, when a woman tells you we're equal, she's telling you she ain't shit. She's telling you I think I can take you in a fist fight. She's telling you you can't submit me. That's what when they tell you when women are saying I'll submit for the right man, they're telling you that they'll submit. What they're telling you is that you are a man that is not better than them. You ain't shit. They're telling you ain't shit, and too many guys are not seeing it. It's like, dog. She just told you ain't shit. She just told you she thinks she can take you in a fist fight. She just told you she can punk you. A lot of guys ain't figured it out. Ain't figured it out. That's my gift to you, trad cons. Trying to change 304s, constantly trying to talk them out of living that way. When the junior college make 21-year-olds, there's brand new 21-year-olds being made every day. All around the world. All around the world. You can't get TradCon results from 304 women. And so I don't understand why TradCons are constantly trying to talk to 304 women. Charge them to the game. There's going to always be prostitution as long as we got people. There's going to always be prostitution. You got to let 304s be 304s. The women you need to be talking to, TradCons, especially if you're Christian, are the women in your churches. If you're a TradCon Muslim, it's the women in your madrasas. For Jews, it's the women in your synagogues. And what you really need to be doing is talking to their families, to their fathers. Not some 304s on a panel, half dressed. Them are hoes. They committed to that life. And I say, let them be. Let them be. Especially if you're single and you want target practice. You want target practice, then that's what they for. Don't be mad at them. Either deal with them or don't deal with them. If you deal with them, understand that they are for fun only. They are for a good time, not a long time. Don't try to change them. You don't look for a wife in a nightclub. You don't look for a wife in a whorehouse. Women, you don't go to a strip club or a male review looking for a husband. And this is the thing in Black America. Black America tries to turn, uh, Black America has this bad habit of trying to turn uh, fun boys and 304s into family people, you know. And it's like, for what? If that motherfucker's for fun, then let him be for fun. You know, let him be for fun. You want to go to the paint sip and top off the stripper. Cool, okay, that's your business. But why are you trying to make him? Why are you trying to get him into a relationship later? Let me get your number. Maybe we can. Let me get your Instagram. We can get together. No, that dude. No, he's hookup material. He's a male prostitute. Black guys be falling in love with strippers, and it's like putting babies in them. You don't put a baby in the community coochie. You don't get into a relationship with that. You don't be mean to them. If they're for fun, you have fun with them. Either you have fun with them or you don't. If you're looking for a wife, then you stay away from those types. Now, I'm not saying uh, there's got to be versions, you know, because realistically, especially if you're looking for a wife in the U.S., if you are, it's going to be hard. It is what it is. If that's what you want, it's going to be hard. It is what it is. But at the same time, I mean, if a woman has been into a relationship or two, she's trying to figure it out. Those relationships didn't work for whatever reason. Okay, all right, cool. That doesn't mean that she's a garbage woman. In my opinion, doesn't mean she's a piece of trash or anything, and that she's unworthy of another shot at a relationship. That's how I see it. Uh, if if she's cool and she's down with your program, and you know she's likable to be around, Go make her your wife. You know, the same thing I tell women. Hey, if you got a guy that's solid, that he loves you and he likes being around you, he's got a consistent living and he doesn't mind spending his time and money on you, stay with him. Try to get him to marry you. You not gonna most more likely you not gonna do better, bitch. You're not gonna do better than that guy, bitch. Nobody tells women that. Well, I do. I do. I tell them that, but not enough of us, tell women that. You know, God bless. Rest in peace, brother Kevin Samuels. He was trying to do it for black women, and then eventually he was spreading out to other women, telling them, but he don't tell them like I tell them. I tell, hey, bitch, you almost dead. You better find a motherfucker that like you, and that like you and don't mind spending this money and time on you. And y'all better get together, figure that shit out, you know. Um, but at the same time, you don't go again. You don't go to strip club, trying to make strippers your wife. You just don't. That's stupid. You know, you don't go to the strip club, to the paint and sip, trying to make the stripper dude your husband. You don't, or you don't make a dude that's if he a Johnny Appleseed, he's a community D. You don't try to make that dude a husband and father. That's stupid. You know, there's a lot of stupid shit that's going on. It's a lot of stupid shit. You know, a lot of stupid shit from the community. Shout out to Tom McDonald for addressing some of it. Hey, he dropped some bars on that, man. And like I said, going forward, gentlemen, my guys here, you know, um, you know, my soldiers, you know, when you hear conservatives, when you hear men, especially white men, start talking that black men leaving their children, leaving their family shit, correct them on that shit. Them kids don't belong to men who haven't married the women and given that women and children their last name. If there's no ownership, when the male party didn't leave them, that's just a relationship that ended, or that was a sexual encounter that it happened and she chose to make a baby from that's on her. Put that shit back on them women. you know it's different if you decide to give out your last name and stuff. It's different. But other than that, her body, her choice, her responsibility. Start stay on these motherfuckers and to get their minds right. you know Correct them and get them right. Get them right. At that, I'm gonna shut this down. Hey, if you still in the hey Snowman, if you still in the chat, shoot me a text or shoot me an email or something, so we could pick up this discussion about child support and stuff later. Um, other than that, uh, you guys take it easy. And on another note, before I go, if you are looking to get into appliance repair, hit up Mike Reed. He does it on the commercial side. I think Extended Clips might do it on the home appliance side. I'm telling you, they're both great businesses, and y'all can we do a lot with that. You guys take it easy. Peace to you, Extended Clips. Y'all take it easy. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.